Welcome everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about torque measurement. It comes in the module 5. So already people know that torque is the turning effect is called torque. Okay. So here the force in addition to its effect along its line of action may be exert turning effort relating to any axis other than those intersecting the line of action shown in figure. So such turning effect is called torque or couple. So torque or couple is equal to F into V1 minus F into V3. F into V3. So it will be equal to the F into V2. Okay, like this way we are going to measure the torque over here. Okay, so in the torque measurement, actually with the help of power P is equal to 2 pi nt. Okay, so here the torque value power we can going to measure with the help of the 2 pi nt formula. So here n is the angular speed and T is the torque. Okay, so torque is the force into the length, that is torque value. So that this equation will become 2 pi n into F into L. So from that the power we are going to measure. So the torque measurement is often associated with the determination of mechanical power. Okay, so power required to operate machine or power developed by a machine. Okay, so the power is calculated by this 2 pi nt. Okay, so normally to measuring the torque we can use the dynamometers. Okay, so torque measuring machines normally it is called as dynamometers. The dynamometer is used to measure the torque over here. So normally three types of dynamometers are available. One is the absorption dynamometer, and then the second one is the driving dynamometer, third one is the transmission dynamometer. So we will see one by one. So first we are going to discuss about the absorption dynamometer. So in this type of dynamometer the energy is produced by the engines and it is absorbed by the frictional resistance of the brake, and finally it is transformed into the heat. Okay, so this type of dynamometer is called as absorption dynamometer. For example, for the absorption dynamometer is the rope brake dynamometer as well as brake dynamometer, hydraulic dynamometer, and eddy current dynamometer are the example for the this absorption dynamometer. Then comes into the next transmission dynamometer. So here the energy is not wasted over in this transmission dynamometer. Okay, so friction but energy is conveyed to the surroundings in a useful mechanical or electrical form. So example for this transmission dynamometer is the belt transmission, and torsion dynamometer is the example for the this transmission dynamometer. Then comes into the next thing, driving dynamometer. In the driving dynamometer, the power producing absorbing device, okay, is coupled with the electrical generator or electrical motor. So whichever thing is going to measure, that it will be going to coupled with electrical generator or motor. Okay, that is driving dynamometer. So the motor generator measure the power and also supply energy to operate this tested device. So this type of dynamometer is employed with pump and compressor for determining their performance. Example for here is the electrical cradled dynamometer is the example for in this driving dynamometer. So then comes into the absorption dynamometer, means it will be going to absorb the energy, and driving dynamometer is going to coupled with electric motor or current, so transmission dynamometer does not waste the energy over there. First, we are going to discuss about the Prony brake dynamometer. Okay. So this Prony brake dynamometer is also called as mechanical dynamometer. So this will be a power absorption type dynamometer. Okay. So here the two wooden blocks. This is the wooden blocks. It will be mounted diametrically opposite to the and also in between these things, the rotating shafts are hose has to be power to be measured, that will be connected over here. Okay, so one block carries the lever arm. So this is the lever arm over here. The force will be acted over here. From the force to the center of the rotating block, the distance you can say it as a L. Okay, so the rope is tightened with help of here the tightening element. The rope could be tightening, or it will be increase the frictional resistance between the blocks on the flywheel, and also the torque exerted from Prony brake T is equal to F, force into length. Okay, so that when force F measured into the conventional force measuring instruments like balance or load cell, etc., the power dissipated in the brake is calculated in the following equation, that is P is equal to 2 pi nt. Then this equation will become 2 pi n into FL. 2 pi n into FL. So that means FL is the torque value by 60 volts. Okay, so where here the force is the newtons, force is the newtons, and L is the length of lever arm, and N is the angular speed and revolution per minute, and P is in the watts. Okay, so normally the Prony brake dynamometer is inexpensive and difficult to adjust to maintain the specific load. Okay, the limitations of the Prony brake dynamometer is that due to the wear and tear of the wooden blocks, the coefficient of friction varies between the blocks and the flywheel. So the require continuous tightening clamp. Therefore, the system becomes an unstable for measurement of large power, especially when used for long periods. The use of Prony brake results in excessive temperature rise results in decrease in coefficient of friction, leading the brake failure over here. And in order to limit the temperature rise, cooling is required. So this is done turning of water into the hollow channel of the flywheel. Okay, when the machine torque is not constant, the measuring arrangement is subjected to oscillations. There may be changes in coefficients of friction, and hence the reading of force are difficult to take. Okay, these are all the limitations of the Prony brake dynamometer. Then we are going to discuss about the hydraulic dynamometer. Okay, so the hydraulic dynamometer, so normally here the power sink which uses the fluid friction for dissipation of the input energy, and thereby measures the input torque or power. Okay, the capacity of hydraulic dynamometer is function of two factors. One is the speed, another one is the water level. Suppose the water level it will be increases, the speed it may be decreases. The water level it will be decreases, speed increases over here. So the torque it will be measured with the help of the reaction arm over here. Okay, so then the power absorption of given speed may be controlled by adjustment of the water leveling of housing. Then this type of dynamometer may be considerably larger capacity than the simple Prony brake because heat generator can be easily removed by circulating the water and into the water into the housing. Okay, so here the Trunnion bearings, it will be support the dynamometer housing over here, and it's allowing freedom to rotate the. So normally the bearings it will be used to help to rotate the shafts over here. Okay, so in this dynamometer, power absorbing element is housing tends to rotate the input shaft of the driving machine. So in the rotation constrained by force measuring device such as some form of scales or load cell placed at the end of the reaction arm and radius arm. Okay, so by measuring force at known radius, the torque T may be computed by simple relation. Okay, so this is about the hydraulic dynamometer. Then the advantages over hydraulic dynamometer over mechanical dynamometer. Okay, so this hydraulic dynamometer constant supply of water, due to that the heat easily to be removed from the system, and brake power is very large in the high speed engines can be measured over with the help of this hydraulic dynamometer, and it protects the hunting effects by means of dashpot and damper. Okay, so normally dashpot and damper it will going to absorb the energy. So then the flexibility of the controlling in the operation while using a hydraulic dynamometer. These are the advantages of the hydraulic dynamometer over the mechanical dynamometer. So with that, the thing is this one will be over. So the torque measurement is over with these things.